Hey, it's Elizabeth.
And I'm Stacy, the Registered Dietitian at Eating For Me.
I told you we had another Mexican dish coming your way, and this one is definitely something you are going to want to try if you like Mexican. And particularly if you ever eat at Taco Bell and you like a Mexican pizza. This is basically a Mexican pizza healthified, and it was really, really fantastic. So we started with whole wheat tortilla shells. We took one of those and we spread some black refried beans over top of it, and then we put a chicken mixture. It was shredded chicken, and we threw in some Rotel tomatoes and some jalapenos because we like spicy stuff, but you could leave the jalapenos out. We put that on top of the black bean mixture and then put another tortilla shell on top, topped it with a little bit of taco sauce and some light cheese, and then we baked them in the oven for a little bit. And they were fantastic. I have to tell you, my husband begged me to buy the fried tortilla shells because he wanted to make authentic Mexican pizzas like he gets at Taco Bell. But he was even pleasantly surprised at how good these turned out.
Yeah, typically the whole wheat tortilla shells are a little bit harder anyway, so it can kind of make more of like a crunchy shell. So kind of almost have that texture of like a fried shell. So the whole wheat tortilla can be a little bit more crunchy, so that's a good start. And then with the chicken, so you boiled your chicken, so that's again another really healthy way of cooking your meat is to boil it. Another alternative, you could use some lean ground turkey breast if you wanted to use something that tastes more like beef, or you could get a really lean, like 98% fat-free lean beef and kind of saute that in the skillet. But the boiled chicken is a great option. With the beans, for your bean dip, you used a refried bean, so just be careful with the beans whenever you get them from a can, because a lot of times with the refried beans, they've got some extra things already added to it, so it's probably already has a lot of sodium. We looked at the nutrition label of the can that you used, and it had 480 milligrams of sodium per serving, so that's a lot of sodium. So you'd want to get maybe just some black beans from a can that have no added salt, and then if they do have salt, you can always drain the can, rinse the can off, and that'll help remove some of the sodium. But then you could just puree the beans yourself and add some chili powder or whatever kind of seasoning, however you wanted to season them up yourself. Usually chili powder can kind of help flavor up your beans. But overall, that's a very healthy dish. It was low calorie, it's high in fiber, high in protein, very high in iron by incorporating the chicken and the beans. So overall, that sounds like a great dish.
It was really good. Like I said, I mean, we loved it. We will definitely fix it again. And they, tortilla shells, you can buy the different sizes, but ours were about that big, so it made a big one anyways. You wouldn't want to eat the whole thing probably. That's another thing we have to watch. Even though it's a healthified version of a Mexican pizza, we still want to watch the portion control.
Yeah, the whole wheat tortilla shells, if you're not careful, they can have a lot of calories, 400, 500, 600 calories per shell. But if you always want to check the ingredient list, make sure it's listed as a whole grain as your first ingredient. That way you know it's truly a whole grain tortilla shell. And then you can check the fiber and the protein content too. So if it has more than 5 grams of fiber, that's a great shell. And typically more than 6-7 grams of protein too. You can find some really high protein, high fiber tortilla shells.
Okay, that's great information. Thank you, Stacy. We'll post the recipe below this video so you'll have all the details so you can make it for yourself. And until next time, cheers!